Awesome. Well, thanks again, Paige. And hello, my Canadian travel advisor friends. Thanks for joining us for today's webinar. For those who don't know me, my name is Diego, and as Paige mentioned, I am the BDM for Eastern Canada for CIE Tours, based here in Toronto. But as you can see from my background, I'm currently under the Northern Lights in Iceland, one of the amazing destinations that we sell. Only kidding, of course, but if I could, I would fly there in a heartbeat. But today I will, of course, be running through who we are at CIE Tours, a background on us, and some of the new and exciting adventures that are coming in 2026, including something that I'm super excited about: our new walking and hiking tours coming to Ireland. So we also have new tours coming to Italy and Britain, and I'll tell you all about those as well. And we should definitely have some time for some questions at the end. So feel free to write any questions down and pop them into the Q&A chat box as we go. So maybe a lot of you are familiar with us, but again, just to give you a quick overview on who we are, CIE Tours is a proudly Irish-owned tour operator, and we have been the leading tour operator to Ireland and Britain for over 90 years. So we actually started back in 1932, and many people don't know that we're actually owned by the Irish government. So our parent company, the CIE Group, stands for Chorus Jumper Éireann, which roughly translates from Irish to the transportation body of Ireland. So all the trains, the trams, the public buses you see throughout the Emerald Isle are actually, for the most part, operated and owned by CIE. So in 1932, as I mentioned, we started selling guided vacations to Ireland, and we've been doing it ever since. So guided vacations are at the heart of what we do. They always have been, and they always will be, with Ireland and Britain being our core destinations. So when I say that we're Ireland experts, it truly comes from decades, and as you can see, nearly a century of experience. So in 2019, we actually expanded our portfolio to Italy and Iceland. And in 2025, we were thrilled to add Spain to our product offering as well. And across all destinations, we work exclusively with local guides and drivers. So if they're not born and raised in that destination, they've been living there for a long time and they do have extensive knowledge of that place. And we really do take great pride in the quality of our tour staff. And that's a big part of why we maintain our 95% guest satisfaction rate. Our tour directors and the drivers are always at the heart of the experience. Their expertise, their knowledge, and their warmth are always what makes our trips truly unforgettable. And as you can see here on the bottom of the screen, with our office locations, our headquarters is in Dublin, in Ireland, but we do have an office in Morristown, New Jersey, as well as London, England. And as I mentioned, here in Canada, you have myself on the East Coast, and my colleague Jen Bond, who many of you might know as well, covering the West Coast out of Alberta. So whenever your clients book with CIE Tours, they're getting what we call the all-inclusive advantage. And with us, there are no hidden extras or surprise add-ons. So everything is built into the package. So that means the transportation, the hotels, four-star hotels, I will mention, is a base for what we will use across all of our tours. The immersive sightseeing, entertainment, and most meals are included. So with everything being included, that means the entire package, including air as well, is commissionable if you book through us. So when I say that we have most meals included, that means a full hot breakfast every day, plus a variety of lunches and dinners too. So we of course like to leave some flexibility for guests to explore local restaurants and cafes along the way. As we all know, it's all part of the experience about experiencing the other cultures and the destinations. So we do leave some wiggle room there and some free time for clients to get their own lunch and dinner. But again, what really brings it all together is the quality of our guides. They don't just share the history; they bring it to life through storytelling and oftentimes humor. And the authenticity and passion is consistently one of the top highlights that our guests talk about long after their trip. So at CIE Tours, we know that travel isn't a one-size-fits-all approach. So we do have a variety of vacation styles to suit every kind of traveler. So again, our core offering are those guided vacations. So we do have 45 expertly crafted motor coach tours across all of our destinations moving into 2026. And these are perfect for travelers who want everything handled for them. So the seamless logistics, the immersive sightseeing, the local guides, and of course, they are on coaches. So our coaches will hold up to 44 guests. But for those looking for more of an intimate experience, we do offer small group departures capped at just 26 guests as well. So still on a full size coach, So plenty of space and comfort on board, but just that many less people in your group as well. So on our website, you will see the SG notation for those smaller group departures, and you'll also be able to see pricing and departure dates, including which dates are currently guaranteed. So for groups, we of course offer those scheduled itineraries, but we can also do custom groups as well for any groups looking for more of a tailor-made experience. And speaking for those travelers who want something tailor-made, we do offer custom private driver vacations for groups of 1 to 9 in our Mercedes van fleet. So these can be designed completely from scratch or adapted from our existing itineraries available in Ireland, Britain, Iceland, and Italy. This option is especially popular with families and golf groups. We can even take care of tea times and, of course, booking. So I definitely recommend looking into one of our private driver packages if you do have clients looking for more of a private or luxurious vacation. And as I mentioned, we can do those in all of the destinations at the moment, apart from Spain. So we will get there eventually in Spain, but for now, we're not doing anything custom or private, just our one scheduled tour, which I'll show you a bit about in a few slides. Now, we also do have independent self-drive adventures in Ireland, so perfect for travelers who want to set their own pace while still enjoying the guidance and support of CIE Tours behind the scenes. So we do work with Hertz Rental Car to ensure you are all set up with the right car along the way and perfect for those clients looking for more, again, of a tailor-made experience at their own pace. So finally, some of our newer and more unique options, including our day tripper tour. So these are a hub and spoke concept where guests unpack just once and enjoy daily excursions. So great for those clients who prefer to stay in one hotel for the entire trip. And we currently offer these itineraries in the southwest of Ireland out of Adair, in Scotland out of Glasgow, in England out of London, and in Italy out of Montecatini. And we, of course, have our newest addition, like I mentioned, our walking and hiking tours across Ireland, combining guided hikes through breathtaking landscapes. So really excited to speak more on these in a few slides as well. But first, I'll highlight for anyone who has traveled with us or who has not, or who has sent clients with CIE Tours. You'll know that we still include our signature backpacks for every traveler, something that has become a little trademark of ours. So what's new is that we're shipping these directly to your clients along with their travel documents. This makes the process much simpler for you as advisors since you no longer have to manage the distribution yourself, unless you prefer to. So you can always reach out to us and call in and tell us, or reach out to me, for example, and mention that you want your client's backpack sent directly to you. So just let us know when you book and we can sort that as well. And inside each backpack, you'll find a variety of thoughtful travel essentials to make the journey easier, like a rain poncho, the universal travel adapters, branded luggage tags and straps, documents, including the itinerary, and a destination guide, as well as a reusable water bottle too. So it's just a nice touch that I find gets people excited for the high quality experience that they can expect on their tour. And of course, for any group bookings, we will ship the backpacks to the agent, so you guys to distribute. And we can, of course, do that on a groups night in person. I can join you as well. So just wanted to highlight some of the main inclusives that your clients will enjoy on every one of our guided tours to really show the value of choosing CIE Tours and also to make your job as advisors easier. So you'll see all of our beautiful destinations on screen now. And I can tell you that moving into 2026, we have 6 tours in Italy, 3 tours in Iceland, and our 1 tour in Spain, and of course, multiple across Ireland and the UK. So first, the journey itself is part of the experience. So our tours do operate on luxury coaches with panoramic windows and reclining seats, free Wi-Fi, so guests can sit back and relax and soak in the scenery. No need to worry about the driving or the navigating. That's a big comfort factor for your clients. Is you can let them travel and they can let the driver do the driving. So each tour does start with a welcome drink, which is a great icebreaker for the group and a chance for clients to feel connected right away. And of course, daily hot breakfast is always included. As I mentioned, many lunches and dinners as well. So one less decision that they have to make and one less expense that they have to make as well along the way. So your clients will know well before they travel which meals are included and which are not, so they can plan accordingly and start researching local spots they want to try out. So one of the biggest differences is our no hidden extras policy, which I highlighted earlier. So all the sightseeing, the entrance fees, and transportation are included in the tour price. Unlike some other operators who might try to build in optional extras, we do keep everything up front. So we also take care of the little details, like porterage at the hotel. So all your clients' bags, one suitcase per person is portered, so they don't need to lift a finger coming off the bus and into the rooms, and vice versa. And all the hotel service charges are included as well. Um, I mentioned the backpack on the last slide, and then finally, it is worth noting that we do, again, we do small group departures. So it's not all just those 40 plus passenger tours. You can get tours that depart for just 26 guests max. And I will mention, but I will highlight again, our new walking tours are 16 guests per departure. So that means even more of an intimate experience for your clients. So for you as advisors, the takeaway would be the guided vacations with CIE Tours are not only seamless and worry-free for your clients, but they also are an easier product to sell because nearly everything is included and clearly laid out. So we do try to make it as seamless as possible. Now, I did quickly want to take a moment on group travel. So of course, group travel continues to be one of the biggest growth opportunities for advisors. It can be very lucrative. So first off, it is easier than most people think to do a group. With us, it only takes 10 passengers, and that could be just 5 couples or a couple of families traveling together. It's an attainable number that opens the door to significant commission opportunities. So from the very start, it's important to know that you will have your BDM behind you, myself here in Eastern Canada, plus a dedicated CIE Tours group specialist to work alongside us. So together we'll help you every step of the way, from the itinerary planning and logistics to marketing and signups as well. And to make selling groups easier, we do offer several resources and incentives. So for example, we do have a 50-50 co-op marketing program, meaning we will match your investment dollar for dollar on approved group promotions. So maybe you've had success with social media or Google ads, or maybe you have better luck with printed material, whatever it may be, we want to be there to support you. And that's why we want to offer that 50-50 co-op on approved marketing. So I can also host group nights where I can join you virtually or in person to host a presentation on the itinerary, of course, what it's like to travel with CIE Tours and encourage signups. And on the marketing side, we always do provide custom design flyers tailored to your agency and the specific itinerary. Plus, you do have full access to our online travel marketing portal. And the rewards are also very competitive as well. So beyond the standard commission, which is already strong, depending on your agency and consortium, we do offer group bonus commission as well, which we do have a bonus going on here until the end of the year, which I'll highlight later, plus a bunch of different early commitment benefits for your groups. And of course, TCs. We're happy to provide 50% off the 10th seat, one free land space for 16, 2 free land spaces for 32, and 3 free land spaces for a full coach, which you can choose how to use these. You can add them as extra commission or pass the savings to your clients, or even travel with the group yourself. So whether you do have a group in mind or just thinking about testing the waters, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'd love to walk you through the process and show you how easy and rewarding it can be to do a group with CIE Tours. So now on to, well, I can say some of the more fun stuff, which is our newer tours. I'd briefly walk you through our day tripper style of touring, but just to show you, what these actually look like. So we do have, again, 4 different itineraries to choose from, one in Ireland, one in Italy, one in England, and one in Scotland. So they all offer one convenient home base hotel where you only have to unpack once. And then, of course, you'll do a series of day trips throughout. So I always say these are perfect tours for clients who are used to that all-inclusive destination or cruising, where they're not too used to moving around all the time. And these are a really good, easy transition to get a taste of what a land tour is like without the stress of packing up your bags every day or two. So in England, for example, you'll stay in one centrally located hotel in London's West End, and then do day trips to Oxford, Windsor, the Cotswolds, and up into the West Midlands to discover Shakespeare's England, and Stratford-upon-Avon, down to Canterbury to visit the iconic cathedral, and again, every night back to that one hotel in the West End. So similar for the 3 other tours, day trips throughout, and then back to the home base every night. I did mention self-drive briefly. So just to reiterate, we do work with Hertz Rental Car in Ireland. We've been working with them for many years now, and we do provide you with insurance and a GPS system, so that your clients can have peace of mind while driving on the other side of the road. And again, 2 styles of self-drive touring in Ireland. We have our traveler's choice, where your clients can create their own custom route, choosing their own B&Bs along the way, or we have a selection of classic itineraries to choose from as well, made from our expert product team. And again, those private driver experiences, again, perfect for those multi-generational groups or niche groups like golf, religious groups, knitting groups. Believe me, yes, these exist. They're, again, for 1 to 9 people, and it would be in one of those Mercedes vans that you do see up there. Depending on the size, if it's just 1 or 2 people, they might be in a smaller sedan. But if it's, a bigger group, we do have bigger vans available as well. And the great thing about these is that they are totally customizable. So your clients can schedule their own days, really customize the entire tour. You do have exclusive access to your driver who can adapt on the fly depending on what you want to do and what you don't want to do. So maybe your clients feel their itinerary is moving too quickly and they want to slow things down. With the private driver, this is the kind of freedom that they will have. So again, great for those golf groups. We can book tee times and get them all set up for their dream golf trip, and just a very good private luxury vacation that we can offer in all destinations apart from Spain. So I mentioned our walking tours, guys, so really excited about these. Limited to just 16 guests per tour, perfect for travelers who want, that active adventure combined with cultural immersion. So these tours will run from May to September, the warmer months, and as always, these tours will be fully inclusive with most meals and 4-star accommodation along the way, admission to all attractions and experiences, which again makes the booking process simple for you guys. And from an advisor perspective, that would be the key selling point. Would be those small groups that really just creates more of an intimate experience, as well as having, as you'll see in the next few slides, 2 nights at every hotel along the way. So daily walking does range from 5 to 10 kilometers of walking per day. We do recommend that clients have moderate fitness levels, so the terrain is mostly gentle paths, but there are some occasional hills and some rough or muddy sections along the way. So it is important that both you and your clients understand the level of activity required. But that said, these walking trips aren't meant to be overly challenging. They're designed to let the travelers enjoy the scenery, culture, and experiences at a comfortable pace. So um, again, very, very excited for these. And in the next few slides, I'll show you a bit of the itinerary. So this one is our first of the two. It's our southwest of Ireland Cork to Kerry tour. It's 9 days and 8 nights, starting at around 6,800 per person, double occupancy. So we do include 19 meals, and there is a single room supplement available as well. And as you can tell from the map here, your clients will explore the wild beauty of the southwest of Ireland, of course, through those daily hikes. So they'll visit, Garnish Island, Muckross House, Rock of Cashel, and of course the Dingle Peninsula. If anybody has been there, you'll know that it's absolutely gorgeous, as is Killarney and Glengariff. Where you can, there's tons of pubs around. You can cozy up into a pub and have a pint of Guinness and listen to some local live performances as well. But again, it's an active but accessible experience, of course, combining nature as well. So some of the sites you'll see, like I mentioned, the Dingle Peninsula, the Beara Peninsula, and Glengariff Forest Park as well. And then here is our Northern Ireland walking tour. So again, small group experience, limited to 16 guests. And this one's 9 days, 8 nights, and 20 meals included in this one as well. So here in the north, you'll of course walk along that Causeway coast. Glenveagh National Park, the Giant's Causeway, the Sleeve Cliffs, and you'll visit ruins and castles like Davenish Island and Dunluce Castle. So a perfect mix of active discovery and meaningful sightseeing as well. So again, 5 to 10 kilometers of walking per day, which I would say could be up to about 4 to 5 hours. So there are occasional hills and muddy sections, like I mentioned, but not meant to be overly challenging. And again, some of the sites there in the north, the Causeway Coast, probably my favorite place in Ireland. Donegal is absolutely beautiful as well. You can see Dunluce Castle there along the coast of the northern shore too. And again, these will be running from May to September, starting in May of 2026. So now getting into some of our new guided coach vacations, starting with one of our new Italy tours, which we're calling the Italian Lakes to Rome. And this one's 10 days, 9 nights, starting at around $5,600 Canadian, with 15 meals included. So lots of people were asking about the north and Milan, and we're really excited to launch this trip from Milan all the way down to Rome. So your clients will discover, of course, some of Italy's most iconic destinations, starting in, like I said, Milan, visits to around the Duomo before traveling on to Lake Como and Lake Garda in Verona and the romantic home of Romeo and Juliet. They'll enjoy wine tastings and private dinners in the Valpolicella region at the renowned Massey Winery, and then down in Venice. They will, of course, glide across the lagoon to the Murano Island for a glass-making demonstration as well. And then you cannot go to Venice without taking in the canals. So you will be doing some canals as well, boating along the canals, I should say. And then you'll continue down to Bologna, I should say, a city celebrated for its food, as is all of Italy, before heading down to Florence to, of course, experience Renaissance treasures like Michelangelo's David at the Accademia Gallery, and then finally the adventure will wrap up in Rome, where you'll get to visit the Colosseum and the Sistine Chapel, all guided private tours in these attractions as well. So a great way to sightsee there, and a perfect ending to a journey full of history, culture, and of course cuisine in Italy. Now, again, just to highlight some of the attractions and experiences, you have that private winery and dinner at the Massey Winery Tour, the Vatican Museum, Florence, of course, Venice, and we have Lake Garda as well as Lake Como. So as you can see, some really great experiences throughout this 10-day journey. And now this one is our grand tour, Italian Lakes to Amalfi Coast. So this one is essentially an extension of our previous itinerary we just looked at. So instead of ending the tour in Rome, you'll continue on to Sorrento and the Amalfi Coast to the Isle of Capri for 3 nights. So really, really cool extension there, and an even better way to cap off the grand tour with extra layers of discovery there as well along the Amalfi Coast. And again, some of the highlights you'll see there. And then last but not least, our newest addition to our Britain portfolio. So this is our Scenic Britain Tour, and this is a 9-day journey across England, Wales, and up to Scotland, where your clients will explore the wild moors of Devon in the southwest and the coastal villages of Cornwall. And of course, through Wales, you will see tons of castles and countryside in Wales. It's actually the country with the most castles per square mile in the world. But you'll actually start in London. So after London, you'll go on to Windsor Castle, walk through the medieval town, and then you'll go through Stonehenge and explore Salisbury Cathedral on the way to Tavistock, and like I mentioned, that southwest area of England, through Cornwall, and then back through Bath, of course, to go see the Roman baths and stroll the Georgian streets, which you may have seen on a little show called Bridgerton, before heading, of course, into Wales, like I mentioned, for a night in a manor hotel. So in Wales, I mentioned tons and tons and tons of castles and coastlines, and there's actually a literature town called the Hay on Wye, which you'll go through, and that's actually one of the literature capitals of the world. They have the Hay on Wye festival every year, which is actually one of the biggest literature festivals in the world as well. So after Wales, you'll go on to the north of England through Chester and the Liverpool area, through the Lake District and Lake Windermere, and of course ending in Edinburgh as well. So in Edinburgh, for actually most of our tours, I should say, that go through Edinburgh in August, will have exclusive access to the military tattoo as well. So no different on this one. For all those August departures that do carry over during the tattoo, you will have access as well. And again, just some of the highlights I spoke on just now. We have Coventry Castle in Wales, Windsor Castle in England, of course, Bath and Stonehenge. Some really, really cool experiences here along the coastal route of Great Britain. And now I know, guys, this isn't necessarily new for 2026. This is our Best of Spain tour. This actually came out in 2025, so earlier this year. But I actually just did this one a few weeks ago, so I figured while it's fresh in mind, I should share it, and including some pictures I actually took here, including the one in the top right there at one of the famous food markets in Madrid. So really, really fantastic tour, visiting many of Spain's key cities and attractions along the way, as you could see on the screen on the bottom left. So it's a 9-day, 8-night journey starting in Madrid, where your clients will dive into the capital's grand streets and lively plazas on a city tour, as well as getting a dedicated guided tour of the masterpieces at the Prado Museum to see the works of famous artists like El Greco and Goya. And then it's time to go down to Andalusia. So starting with a scenic train journey through Cordoba to see breathtaking the Mezquita Cathedral, and of course a remarkable setting with a history of many different religions from Judaism to Muslim and Christianity. And while you tour around Cordoba, the coach is traveling behind the scenes down to Sevilla. So if I didn't mention already, you are taking the train down to Cordoba from Madrid, and this is actually one of the only times on a CIE tour that you'll actually be taking a train. Um, but it just works out really well logistically that when you're in Cordoba for the day, the driver is taking all your bags to the hotel in Sevilla to check all the bags and get them situated into your rooms. And then he'll come back to Cordoba, which isn't too long of a drive from Sevilla, to pick everybody up and go back to the hotel after. And then you can check into your room with your bags already there for you to freshen up. And once you're in Sevilla, you will actually, this is probably one of my favorite cities in Spain. And it's known for the classic orange line streets and the flamenco culture, as well as the Alcazar Palace. So I did mention flamenco. You will get a private flamenco performance while in Sevilla as well. So it's a small, intimate venue of about 40 or 50 people with a private bar. Very, very cool experience. And a great show. So you'll then continue through Andalusia to Granada to visit one of Spain's most, absolute must-see icons, the Alhambra. The palace, the gardens, the mountain backdrop is a real highlight of the entire journey, and you again will get a private tour and a few hours to tour the grounds there as well. So from there, the tour travels east towards the Mediterranean, towards the coastal city of Valencia. And I wanted to mention as well, on the way to Valencia from Granada, you'll stop for a private lunch and tasting at a local vineyard to sample 4 different wines, as well as 3 to 4 course lunch in the remarkable dining room. So as you can see, that's the bottom right picture there, Viña Elena. Really, really cool experience. You get to hear from the family firsthand on how they've been making the wine throughout their whole history, spanning back multiple generations. So in Valencia, you will of course have some paella. It is the home of paella, and of course home to some truly striking modern architecture as well. Very cool blend of Latin culture and Mediterranean culture. Because of course it is on the coast of the Mediterranean. And so tons of good seafood, tapas. I could not get enough of the prawns and the mussels and the clams and everything in between as well. So it is very interesting to travel through the different regions of Spain as the accents change, kind of similar to England, but so does the language as well. So similar to Catalan in Barcelona, guess we'll hear different languages in Valencia too, speaking Valencian and so on and so forth. So very cool. And of course, ending in Barcelona after Valencia, you will have 2 nights there. And you will get to go to the Sagrada Familia as well on a private tour. So for anyone who has not seen it in person, unfortunately the scaffolding is still there a little bit. So this is photoshopped a little bit, but nonetheless it is beautiful and just a truly remarkable piece of architecture from Gaudi. I found it super interesting. You have that one side that you could see here being Gothic, but then the other side, for anybody that has been there or hasn't been there, it is totally modern on the other side. So just really cool, the contrast there. So after the Sagrada Familia, you can take a stroll along the Gothic quarter and enjoy some free time to soak up the food and the nightlife and the atmosphere. And as I mentioned, guys, throughout the tour, you're moving through regions with totally different cultures and cuisines and histories. So it does feel like multiple trips in one. But of course, with the ease and organization of a guided vacation like this, it's an easy way to see some of Spain's essential highlights without rushing, and a fantastic option for clients looking for a mix of art and history and some Latino energy as well. So getting to the end here, I did mention the group's bonus commission. So right now we are offering 700 Canadian dollars bonus commission on top of your regular commission for any groups for 2026 if booked by December 31st. So if you are looking for any, quotes on groups. It could be a spec group, or if you have a group in mind, don't hesitate to reach out. You can reach out to me directly, which I'll show you my contact info on the next page, or you can call the groups department at the number you see on the screen there, or the email. And again, this is valid until the end of 2025 for travel in 2026. And finally, this is my contact information here on the screen. I am based in Toronto, guys, covering Ontario all the way to Newfoundland. And then my colleague Jen Bond is based in Alberta, covering Manitoba all the way west. So listen, we do love to hear from all of our advisor friends. There's no questions, big or small. Just reach out, and we'll be happy to help you out in any way, shape, or form. So I think Paige was going to load up a video that I shared with her, so that you can experience virtually what it's like to travel with CIE Tours, albeit it's only about 2 minutes, but I think it does a great job at whetting the appetite. So without further ado, I will pass back off to Paige.
Great. Thank you, Diego, for that fantastic presentation. So I think now we will get into the Q&A portion of the presentation. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to put them in the Q&A tab of the chat box. I saw earlier that we had a question from Georgina, which I think Diego kind of answered already, but Diego, if you wanted to pull this up on the presentation again, Georgina said, is there a separate phone number to reach offices in Canada?
There is not. We unfortunately don't have an office in Canada. Our North American call center is in New Jersey, but I get it. It's Eastern hours, so for anybody that's in Eastern Canada, it's the same hours. And the only difference would be is certain U.S. holidays like Black Friday, for example, and U.S. Thanksgiving, I should say, not Black Friday, U.S. Thanksgiving, would be sort of, they'd be off, so the call center would be closed. But other than that, they work seamlessly with the Canadian market too. So, and they have all of your information too. Like they're all set up with, which commission structure you get. Say you're with Travel Leaders or you're with, Flight Center. They'll know which commission is required for your booking. So really easy from what I hear. Of course, I don't deal with the call center, but I speak with agents all the time that tell me it's really easy to deal with. And oftentimes you're getting an Irish accent on the other line too, because we have tons of Irish friends working at the call center there in New Jersey.
So there was a question from Ellie that says, do you offer travel agents rates and who would the contact be?
Yeah, we do offer travel advisor rates. We year-round, you can go for 30% off any of our guided tours to any of the destinations, and that extends to a companion as well. So if you have a significant other or a parent, a child that you want to travel with, or a friend, you can go for 30% off, as can your companion. So no specific contact other than me, so you can reach out to me. Or if for some reason you forget who I am, or you don't have my contact information, you can call just a number on the front page of the website too. That's our contact center, and just let them know you're an agent and you want more info on the travel advisor discount, and they should hook you up there too. But yeah, just definitely reach out to me, and I can put you in touch with the team to make it happen.
Wonderful, thank you. So if we have no more questions for today, I'm just going to, Diego, do you have any last words before I close the webinar for today?
Yeah, just a big thank you to you, Paige and Baxter, and to all the advisors that took time out of their busy schedules to join us today.